Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and the Toronto Blue Jays have signed Chris Bassitt, New York Mets starting pitcher, to a 3-year, $63 million deal. And I really like this move for the Toronto Blue Jays. I think this was a good signing. As Bassitt was 15 for 9 as a starter this year with a 3.41 ERA. Pitched about 181 innings, started 30 games, and he wasn't as good as he's been before in the last couple years, but he had a decent year. And I think this was a move the Blue Jays needed to make. Well, not like exactly Chris Bassitt in general, but I think a move that they needed to make was for sure going after a starting pitcher, and I like this move for them. I think this is a very smart move. If you look at the wild card series that they played against the Mariners, their pitching was just killed, and I think to bring in an arm is a great idea for the Blue Jays. I mean, I think the Mariners scored almost 20 runs against the Blue Jays in that wild card series, and in their 2 games against each other. So the Mariners offense, which is not even it was a decent offense, got killed by the Blue Jays starters last year in the wild card. So I think to sign a starter in general, Chris Bassitt, who's a great pitcher in this league, I think was a great move. Also, another thing that made me think about this when I saw this signing is now Chris Bassitt and Matt Chapman, who played together in Oakland, are back together. Matt Chapman, they both left at the same time. Bassitt went to New York, and Chapman went to Toronto, and now they're both playing with each other in Toronto. So you got some chemistry in the clubhouse with those two guys playing with each other for a while in Oakland. I think this is a great signing for the Blue Jays. Like I said, they were lit up in the wild card by the Mariners. Final game, they lost 10-9, and then I think in the second game, the Mariners scored 9 runs on them or something like that. So they were just ultimately, and honestly, that's why they should probably pick up some relievers as well. I don't think they just need starters, because their relievers were killed in that series as well. So maybe you pick up some relievers or something like that. I don't know. But I think the Blue Jays want to take the next step into trying to be a better team. I mean, they've spent all this money, had two great stars in Bo Bichette and Vladimir Guerrero, or Vlad. You've had Vladdy and Bo Bichette. You've signed George Springer. You've done all these things. You've traded for Matt Chapman, and you've had stars and all kind of good players, and it has not been enough for this team. So I think this is a nice step, and I think this team needs to push in the right direction going into next season. And I think they should be better, and I am going to predict them to be in the playoffs next year. I think they end up making the playoffs. I think Springer has a good season. I think Bichette has a good season. I think Vlad has a good season as well. I think the Blue Jays are going to be a way different team next year. I think that they end up being that 4th seed in the AL, and if it comes to a wild card spot, I think they're going to win that. I think they should be able to handle business when it comes to getting into the playoffs this year. So I thought this was a good signing for the Blue Jays. Let me know what your thoughts are on Chris Bassitt, starting pitcher for the Mets, signing with the going ahead and signing with the Blue Jays. So to a 3-year, $63 million deal. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.